Welcome to the While My Batteries Charge podcast. Join us as we talk about all things radio controls. And now, your host,
Folks, this man, he is the king.
Mr. CCxRC himself, Tony CC.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another While My Batteries Charge podcast. Today is going to be an awesome day. We have Reef, Sharif in the house from Reef's RC, going to talk to us about a new product that they have and just about kind of his RC profile. Do a little interview, find out where his interests lie in the hobby and how he got into the hobby as well. So, Sharif, do you go by Reef? That's what I think most of the time we've called you.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Tony, for allowing me to be here. Pleasure. I do go by Reef. People shorten the name Sharif to Reef since I was a kid, so I've just stuck with that, and that's how Reef's RC kind of happened.
Awesome. I love little nicknames and things like that. We've got them for our kids, and hopefully their friends pick up on them too.
Absolutely.
So you've been kind of taking the RC world by storm. I remember I heard about your products coming into our hobby town in Virginia Beach. Oh man, I'd say it was about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
And then now it's like they're everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, since we started, I think the product just kind of took off on its own, and people just started using it and loving the product and spreading the word out there, and it just kind of took off from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you have a product, but did it start the RC world for you? Did it start with the products and then you got into RC because you were making servos and things like that? Or did you find out about the RC hobby first and then take your business?
From there,
you've got several other businesses. You're an entrepreneur, so you kind of pulled from that, or how did it work? Which came first?
Yeah. So Reef's RC came after I was in the hobby already. And before that, I've continued to be an entrepreneur, I think, since I was 24. I used to be in the aircraft parts business back in the day. And I was actually fulfilling parts for Singapore Airlines, Philippine Airlines, all those people. It was called Atlas AirTech is what I owned back in the day. So, but I've always had the mentality, to establish businesses and then kind of let them run on their own. And right now we've got about 3 of them that are kind of running on their own. And I feel like this one is just something in me. Just who's not going to want to come inside and hear, play with trucks or develop new stuff for these trucks every day. So that's kind of why we have our new offices now, and just kind of been rolling with it, developing new things, talking with our partners overseas, my family in Italy, Greece, Egypt, which they're all engineers and doctors and lawyers and stuff. So, being Egyptian, it's kind of like our parents put it in our heads when we were a kid, like you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or engineer or something along those lines. Or for my case, I guess entrepreneur, right? So, so
engineering, how to make and sell products. That's still kind of engineering.
Yeah. So, the other businesses, we're in the bread business here in Southern California.
Okay.
So I own basically Riverside and Corona counties where we're at. I own the bread distribution rights for Artisano, Sara Lee, Nature's Harvest, Ballpark Buns, all those brands out here are run through my distribution company. So that kind of runs on its own, which I'm fortunate I got a good team handling it, and allows me to be here and focus on this stuff. But it's been great, man. I love it.
So how did you
Can't
get
complain.
into the Reef? So where did you start into RC, I guess, would be for the first time? Like, where you're like, okay.
So yeah, so so we make parts for HP and Roland printers. I finally got them to say it's okay for me to say that. We do make parts. We've been making it for about 15 years, mostly in Italy. And then my engineer cousin works in Greece. He fabricates the designs, comes up with prototypes, stuff like that. Then we send them to Kevin in China, who makes them there. It's a lot cheaper, obviously, with our quality in mind. So, like, I have interest there. We know what we want. We know how to produce it. So when I got into the RC later in life, I started RC back in the day, but later in life, nobody really focused on crawling servos.
Yeah.
Like 3-4 years ago, you basically had Servos or High Tech.
And basically we chose them whether or not they were waterproof, right?
Yeah, I mean, so
that's
I don't
what
know
it was
how many
making me choose.
Savox I went through. I don't know how many High Techs I went through. I mean, that happens with every brand, but
yeah,
I knew there was something missing in the market, and I really wanted to focus on a really good, decent crawler servo. And obviously, we were not as advanced as we were back then as we are now, but I made 10 servos for me and my friends, and I just gave it to them. I didn't even have any, just here you go. Let's have some fun. And without me really knowing what was going to happen, they started promoting it on social media and calling it, check out Reef's servo, because they call me Reef. And then it just kind of happened to be Reef's RC, and then the word kind of spread, like, hey, how many can I get, or how many can you make, or this kind of stuff. So, and then I think within 1 week, I had dealers hitting me up nationwide asking me, can they stock this stuff in their store? So I was just kind of like overwhelmed. So I called my partner, China, called my cousin in Greece, and be like, let's start making some more. People like them. And obviously, we learned over the times to make things better and better designs, better construction, and yeah, I mean, we've been doing great. So we got a good team behind me. The way I feel about it is you can't have a good company unless you have a good team. So
yeah.
I may be developing and thinking of all kinds of things. Obviously, I can't do all the departments. You just have to allocate those somewhere else. But I'm happy I got a lot of family involved in it, and it keeps it safe and secure and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So you gave it to some of your crawling buddies. How long had you been in the crawling market at that point? Like, as far as RC, just for fun?
I was crawling for a year.
Okay.
So I think I was crawling for a year. I think I don't remember if it was the first deadbolt that ever came out. No, it was the first SCX10 that came out. The yellow deadbolt. Yeah,
the yellow deadbolt.
Okay. Yellow deadbolt. I think that was the first one. Crawl it, broke the servo right away. Bought a couple of those brands I mentioned earlier. Didn't really, like you said, took them in mud or water or whatever, and that was it. And then I just kind of stopped going in mud and water, because I was just like, you know what? I don't feel like changing it every time, So yeah, then it just started going in my head like, hey, why is this part always breaking? Why is this happening? And then just kind of started talking to my family and friends and like developing new things, and came out with it. And then every month after that, we were just coming out with something new every time. So dealers were happy about that. And so far the world, because we're now worldwide.
Oh, awesome. So the first one I ever got, I kind of went big at the time, and I got the 555.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have that. I still have that. I haven't replaced anything on it. And then I got another 555 because I liked it so much. And then I got Then I got a raw
Yeah.
because it said it was programmable.
Yeah.
But it worked perfectly for me out of the box, so I never went into the programming side of it yet.
Yeah, it's
Because,
only programmed to 80% power.
yeah, and it's already stupid powerful. Like I
Yeah.
had it in my rock racer, and it was super fast and crazy powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
mean, people are
I got
using the
another one
raws.
here because I'm putting it
Oh,
in
there
my
you go.
laser nut. You know,
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
it'll be perfect in the laser nut.
Yeah, people are using these raws, man, in every application, and I want to say our return warranty is not even 0.05% since
Wow.
we introduced that product. There have been a few that came back, but when we talked to the customer, we find out what happened, and about most of them were user error. So people need to. A lot of these guys, and I love talking to these people on how to set endpoints because they don't know how to do that.
Yep.
It seems to be a big thing, but I like talking to the young people that just got in the hobby, and they kind of freak out and have fun on the phone with me when they're like, "Hey, shit, I'm talking to Reef right now."
Right.
They're like, "He's the one that called," and to teach them how to do that, because what happens is they break their C hubs, their links. They can break a servo horn, whatever.
Yeah, because it's so powerful.
And they don't know. It's a stock RTR, and they just drop this in, and they don't. It's not centered when they put it in. So I have to walk them through that, and I don't mind. I think that's cool because I wish I had that person when I got into it. Nobody told me that. I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, and sometimes too, like those controllers, if they're still running the stock system, they can be tricky to set the endpoints on.
Very
like
tricky.
turn it on while holding left and reverse, and then you can use your trim knobs or whatever.
Yeah,
Each
it
one's
takes
different.
it takes a 20-minute call for sure.
Yeah, so that's cool that you're doing that you're reaching out to people, and I bet it does. It's like, oh wow, I got actually Reef called me. Doesn't happen very often. Oh, we lost him. We'll pause for a minute. There you are. I got to bring you back in, I guess.
Okay. I don't know.
There, now you're back in. It kicked you out, or I kicked you out.
So what I was saying is, like I just talked to a guy today. He sent in his USB programming card because he said it doesn't work right. So we got it here, plugged it into our computer, connected the server, everything works great. So, I don't think he was matching up the wires correctly, when putting them on, and I was giving him an error. So talked to him over the phone, told him how to do it, and he's like, "God, I can't believe I didn't think of that." And that's fine now. He learns and he knows, and he talked to us, and quick turnaround on the item. So a lot of things like that I like to personally handle, and get them taken care of, and they love it.
So you'd mentioned having your contacts and your connections. I think you said it was Ken in China, or
Kevin.
Kevin. I was close.
Kevin's been my partner in China for 20 years now. We started businesses together.
But it's huge to have somebody there that's in the know, because it means the difference between getting a great product and a mediocre. Could fail on you and you not even know it product.
Yeah, so me and Kevin used to work here in the States back in the day. And we used to work for a big company, big corporation. And then, he would go to China. He's Vietnamese, but he lives in China and lives here at the same time. But during this whole pandemic thing, he's not able to come back right now. So he's just kind of stuck over there. But I don't mind because we FaceTime, Zoom. We have Zoom meetings once a week with the whole team down there. And we really get things done the way we want it to. So if it's kind of hard not to have because I don't speak Chinese, I don't speak Greek,
Mandarin.
I don't speak Italian. I only speak Egyptian and English, right?
Yeah.
So, which is Arabic, but that I have no problem talking. And it's sometimes hard telling my cousin what I want as far as ratios and stuff to get designed, because they're still trying to understand why we're doing this for toy trucks. They don't.
Yeah.
They're just like, why are you wasting time on that? So. But it helps. It's a constant challenge changing the ratios to get the torque that we need, the speed that we need, centering options, all that good stuff. So, it's cool. And, we have that brand in China that's, partnered with us. So we are able to accommodate other customers overseas, in particular, a Europe brand. And actually, Reefs is starting to go out to Europe now. So that's going to be really helpful for us next month.
So going on what your cousin was thinking, why RC? Why an RC product?
They think I play with cars still like a little kid.
But they have probably no idea what's sitting there on your left side there. That's more I'll than
I'll tell you the truth right now. What had just happened a couple hours ago. My parents came here, take my kids down to San Diego, and first time they see this truck, right?
Yeah, you got to show it.
First time they see this truck on my desk, and I was just like, my mom was like, "Oh, it's a nice truck," Little do they know, what this is.
She's like,
right?
Yeah, did you get that at Walmart?
Yeah. Was that from Target, So, it's a nice new bright, right? So
some people watching may not even know what this is.
People have no idea what these are really. And it's a nice truck. I love it. I've always wanted one. Got one finally a couple months back. We got this cool wrap with our livery on it. We have this kind of livery on all our cars now.
That's awesome.
Just same kind of the one in the background here on my wall.
Yep.
So yeah.
So for people that are just listening, it's a bunch of gears, which makes sense with your brand. Like nice grays, different shades of grays, white, black.
Gray, white, and black with some streaks and splatters and stuff like that. So.
And this is for people that don't know, it's the Vanquish
Ripper.
Yeah.
So this is a Vanquish Ripper number 76.
They're numbered. Oh, you even got the number plate on it. That's amazing. Yeah. So those wheels you have on there are pretty spectacular. Those are custom wheels you had made for your Ripper.
Yeah, these are one-offs. There's like 3 designs. There's a raw 500, a 777, and then the Shield logo on the wheel, solid wheel, just so it could promote. We're trying to do company themed wheels, right? So every rig that we take to a show, if it has a 777 motor, it'll have a 777 wheel, and so forth, So we wanted to do something crazy like that. So yeah, I like it. Even this one has the one in the rear, the matching. And these are etched thick in there. They're not just a little laser on top. So these are thick etched.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. So they're really nice. We like them, so I think, who knows, maybe down the line, come out with some wheels, we're not sure yet, but we got a couple of things cooking still, we're always cooking something up. And I tell a lot of people we're primarily, our bread and butter is a servo company, but the Reefs RC brand is just not, it's not just focused on one thing. We could be in every category now because of our capabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could do, anything. And obviously I love what I started and where we're going with the servo game. I mean, we have about 11 servos now under our belt. And we still got plans for better stuff coming out in the future. We're always working on different things. So, Yeah,
Well, let's
so I
talk
love
about
that.
that. You said 11 things. Well, you just released a new one
Yes,
today. People
yeah,
saw this for the first time on
yeah.
Facebook and on your different socials and websites. So tell people about this 444 smart winch. What does that mean to be a smart winch?
So to be a smart winch, I wanted. I mean, I called it smart just because I thought it was a smart thing. It's just the board in there being able to recognize two different firmwares, and so that's what we did. We added the two firmware option inside the board. So when a customer buys this, they could plug it up into their computer, download our free software, grab a Reefs link from our website or any dealer, plug it in, change it from being a winch, which is constant 360 motion, to being a normal steering servo, which it stops, at your endpoint selected. So that gives you the flexibility. So imagine if you have a rig and you have two of these next to each other. I think that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So you have two inside the front there that say smart winch on it. One's for steering, one's for winch. And,
Wow.
if something ever does happen on the trail and your steering servo breaks, take that winch out, plug it into your little tablet, change it to back to servo, and pop it right back into the other spot, and you're back out there. You know what I mean?
And being a
So
444 servo, that winch is going to have a lot of winch power as well.
absolutely,
Holy
absolutely. We
cow.
have the normal 444, which that thing has been a top seller for many years now, and so now we developed the 444 low pro.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So low profile here.
yeah, and I wanted to make sure it's a low pro because a lot of winch applications require, space is very limited.
Yep.
So we already have a standard size winch, which is the 422 winch, that's a great winch. If you just want a winch, boom, with a kit already done, full size, power, everything, grab that one. This one, we priced it a little higher just to differentiate it between the 422 and the 299 winch. 299 is also a low profile. It's not just, it doesn't have the smart capability or the torque. They're both fast. The 444 and the 299, very fast winches. That's what the crowd is seeming to want nowadays, especially the comp guys. They want to reel it out real quick, reel it in real quick. So yeah,
So-
there you go. There's the 299.
Yep. So it's a smaller size one. And then
Yeah,
you
that's
said
about
422 is up here.
the 422 winch is right there.
Right,
Yeah,
here it is. I passed it.
that's the standard one, right? I haven't put the 444 smart winch on that collection page yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so the 444 smart winch is just a hair taller than the 299 winch because you had to accommodate a larger brushless motor inside.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the 444 smart winch right there.
I was trying to get into a bigger picture. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the new one, and I mean the specs are phenomenal. The versatility of having a winch that could be a servo whenever you feel like it is pretty cool. You don't have to use that all the time. You just know it's there, So
So what made you come up with this idea? Like we're like,
well,
hey, we could make this do both.
yeah. So like I said, my partners in China right now, we've been talking about this for months.
Okay.
So myself and them released this finally about 2 weeks ago, and we thought it'd be a cool addition to add to the Reef line. So now my partner in China is making it for all the companies in Europe, shooting in Europe, India, Japan, you name it. Reefs is primarily focused on the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, Hawaii, all that side over there,
Okay.
Australia. So yeah, we both came up with this idea, I would say 3 months ago, and today we released it. So we've been testing it for a month, I would say, and it's been phenomenal. We just did a video today that we're going to post on our YouTube, how to change it from winch to servo and back and forth, etc., which is really easy. So we want people to feel comfortable doing that.
So for somebody like me, a lot of these and a lot of your products really seem to go well with the crawling market. That's where you decided that there wasn't a good crawler servo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you also have servo horns, and I have your sway bars on my bomber.
Yeah, those
which
are nice.
are awesome. They're super nice.
Yeah, I got them on the Ripper too.
Yeah, they look good, and people are putting them. I've seen on the on their crawlers, which I thought was interesting, since normally we were trying to get a whole lot of flex. Well, people were starting to put them on those, and that was interesting to me.
Yeah,
and
you just don't want to have that 3-wheel motion on a hill, and the sway bars really help keep it planted,
Yep. And I just had that the other day where I was going up a hill and I got that front end, that front left wheel starts to lift.
Yep. So that helps a lot. I mean, we have them
and side hilling. I heard, right? If you're side,
helps to keep it planted that way. So the Element RC rigs, I mean, because they're a direct drop in onto, except the Gatekeeper, that one already has one on there, but all the Element rigs are direct drop in. All the guys that work for Element Associated are using them. That's why we started developing a lot of things actually for Element: the sliders, sway bars, direct fit winches and servos. What else we got? Like, I don't know, we got a few other things out for it, but we try to make improvements on a rig, especially with companies that we have a relationship with, like Axial, Element, Red Cat. Obviously, we were involved in the Red Cat Axe Edition, which are servos. I mean, boom, worldwide in like a day. So, but that was humbling. It was awesome, man. Yeah, it was
such a cool fit.
Beautiful.
So for somebody that does monster trucks, is there a servo in here that you would recommend to move those big wheels?
Yeah. So,
because I'm thinking the raw would be good based on seeing it on the other stuff, but
yeah, the raw. If you don't want the speed, if you don't need the speed, then the 555.
Okay.
And if you have a massive rig, I would put the 777 in that. Because that way you could just connect it straight to your 3S battery, and you're good to go.
Just maximum power.
Yeah. So that's great servo, direct power. We got hounded for not having direct power servos for about 2 years, and finally we're like, okay, fine, let's do it. So because with the 555. You get that much torque without direct power.
Yeah.
So I never felt that you needed it. But then I was like, okay, well, then maybe we could put the brushless motor instead of coreless. And we did that, direct power. But speaking of 777, wait till you see next year.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know if it's something you can talk about. You've developed a really cool community on Facebook. And I've been seeing some gold servos floating around.
Yeah.
What are those? It's like Willy Wonka servos.
That's this gold one right here.
Yeah, check that bling out. Hold on. Let's get you full screen there.
This one is number 1 of 40 ever made. So I wanted to do something special and show our capabilities. So we made 40 dipped in gold anodizing, and just really put a nice touch on the finish, on the little beveled edges and everything. It's really limited. We individually lasered each servo.
Wow.
1 through 40, 2 through 40, 3 through 40, etc. I have one here actually that I'll bring and show you.
Your etcher must have loved you on that one.
Yeah.
Have to reset everyone. So yeah, I'd seen these just browsing, and you were trying to see, and people started posting theirs with the numbers that they had. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's super cool.
Yeah, it was. I just wanted to do something special, and for a lot of the followers that we have, and a lot of the Reefs fans and stuff. So I was like, what better way to do that than something special like a servo? That just like when I made the 999 servo,
Yeah,
I only made 20 ever.
wow.
And that was it.
People get to hold on to it, and it makes for really cool.
So that's the gold.
Oh my goodness.
And in the back, if you could see, it says 38 of 40.
Yeah.
This one is being held for my buddy. So this is the last one. So yeah, this is the gold raw 500.
Pretty much you have to murder somebody on the trail.
So, I mean, a lot of guys, yeah, and
Don't
they're
go
all
into
signed.
the wood, guys, without packing.
They're all signed by me. So I individually packed each one.
That's cool.
I just wanted to do something cool and different, man. I mean,
it's that personal touch, though, that's so cool.
Yeah. Keep in touch with your customers. Like, nobody did this when I was just not Reef CCxRC. I never saw talks on servos or people and owners and stuff talk. Now they do,
Yeah. Well, we have to right now, right?
Yeah, now for sure you have to.
We're kind of bound by these boxes in front of us.
I know.
To a degree.
It's been a year for sure, man.
So markets, who's your target with Reef CCxRC? Like, what's your goal with having the company and making these? They're more expensive than some of the cheap ones, and there's reasons for that. You can talk a little bit about that, but why are you doing this? I guess is the question.
So, go to the pricing thing. I mean, so if you compare our quality specs, customer service to others, you're going to pay $170, $180 for that quality by some other brands. And
so it's actually a value you're saying.
Yeah. So, I mean, like our raw is $130. If you compare those specs to a couple of the other big brands out, they're about $169, $170.
I've looked.
So, yeah. So I feel like they're not overpriced. I mean, our basic, when I say basic,
I'm not saying they're overpriced. Let me first state that I don't think that they're overpriced. I'm one of those people that think you get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of more where some people would say, well, I can get this on Amazon for, whatever. And it does me fine. And I'm like,
yeah.
There's still a difference. It may do you fine, but it when you really want that precision,
exactly,
you don't get it. It may work, it may last, but it's different.
Hard to tell people about it till they've experienced it on their own. Because once you try like one of the Reef servos, I mean, there's guys that have 20, 30 of these servos now. And I mean, they just, and they're silent. Like you can't hear them buzzing or anything. And that's a big thing for me. I hated the noise before. So happy that they're silent and good quality. Like I said, good customer service. We talk to our customers. We don't have a high problem rate. Like, we made mistakes when we first started with materials and all this stuff, but we've improved, just like anybody else would. We're just trying to provide a good product to that customer. And we're not only focused on the crawler community now. Now we're getting into the racing, the drag racing, tracks, all this stuff. So we have 2 high-powered racing servos that have been doing phenomenally for us. We've been making a lot of CNC parts. We've been making a lot of steel components here. And those things have been made in the U.S., and which we're proud of. So whatever we can make here that's not going to cost the customer $1 million. So we'll try to do that,
Yeah. So back to the part before I got into the price thing. I don't know why I stuck that into the same question. Just because I was asking, what made you want to come in and do this? Like why make these servos to make it better than what was available?
I just got tired of breaking them.
Okay.
I want to say
Simple as that.
and it was that I've always been an entrepreneur. So whenever I see a gap in the market, I'll try to figure that out and why and get in there and try to figure it out. So there was a gap.
Yeah.
We filled the gap for 5 years now. And, before that, it was about 6-8 months just planning stuff out, so, and how to come out, how to market, how to launch, basically after I finished college, that's all I've been doing. I've just been trying to start up businesses and roll with them. Now I've got the printing. Gap. Yeah, I have the printing, the bread, the hookah business. So it's fun.
Yeah, that's very cool. What next for Reefs?
Big category change for us next month.
Big category change. Uh-oh.
Yes. Like I said, we're just not just the
okay. Let's put on the RC Conspiracies hat here for a second.
Big category change. So
big category change. So
yeah, every month from the next 3 months that we have, 2 months that we have left. Big month this month.
All right.
Next month, big month, and December, big month. So
I
like exciting things, right? This year, 2020, has been crazy for the RC business. So, I mean, new products rolling every week, like crazy. And I feel like it's perfect. Let's just keep on rolling new things, and but this one that we're going to roll out is a new category for us. We touched on it earlier, so somebody might talk about it, but we touched on it earlier, but it's a new category for us and really excited. And we're just getting into that category. And then after that, it's just going to be bananas. So
motors? Are we talking about motors? What are we talking about? Now I'm going to have to go back and watch and listen to it back.
What were we talking about?
I don't know what were we talking about.
So yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. I have them here.
Cool.
Great.
You got them in. Okay.
I have it here. I mean, I've been playing with them, testing them, slapping them on different things.
Maybe some wheels.
So,
we talked about wheels before. All right. Well, this is cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I look forward to whatever it may be. But cool. That's amazing, man. It's so cool to see, like when they first came in to our hobby town, it felt very homegrown. Yeah. The casing, all of that came in, and to see
each one done by hand.
Yeah, yeah, and to see how far it's come from that so quickly is amazing. So, hats off to you. I mean, because it's
thank you.
Some people be like, well, it shouldn't be that whatever. Some people get negative about things, but I think the more that we have available, right, to us,
right, as
consumers and as hobbyists,
I'm all for other brands coming out, all the time, and hey, more power to them. We're trying to do your thing, if you
and you're giving people a good experience, with the customer service side of things that you've said, and reaching out to people, calling them. I mean, I remember you reached out to me the other day, and I was like, whoa,
yeah, no.
Okay, cool.
Hey man, you're doing great things too, man. So I've been following the podcast, your YouTube channel, and all this cool things so that you're doing. So I mean, our YouTube is baby compared to So if you listeners are out there want to see what we are cooking on our stuff, so you could subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, definitely do, and check out the products at reefsrc.com. Hopefully also in your local hobby shops. If not, tell them to get them.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're in about 1,000 hobby shops right now.
Yeah. Okay. So, and like I said, ours has had them. I bought the 555 there. I bought the Raw there.
Mhm.
I think you said I even got an older version of the Raw.
Yeah.
One of
yeah.
them. Well, now I got the
this
new
is
one.
the new one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, now I got the new one. Well, I feel good about having an early one, so that's good.
Yeah. It's
I'm
a
okay with
beautiful
that.
servo. We just like you're gonna do in that laser nut rig.
Oh yeah,
I mean, night and day.
yeah,
It just turns on a dime. Like
yeah. The
the
steering it was
experience.
lackluster a little bit. As much as I love the laser nut, the
Mhm.
steering wasn't there for me.
Yeah, it's just when you're gonna see it, it's
Okay,
night and day. It just makes your driving experience on that truck 100 times better. It just
awesome.
yeah. Before it was lagging a little bit when you're in the dirt and jumping and stuff, and now it's just
I just wasn't getting much throw left to right either.
mhm.
So, and I even
Yeah.
put
So
up
there's
my
a thing that's limiting the throw too. You got to be careful when you install it.
ah
Check it out when you install it, and you should do a video because a lot of people have been questioning me on how to install it, but I haven't done a video. So
okay on the
maybe
laser nut. There's something limiting
yeah,
it. Oh,
yeah. When you're installing it, check it out. See if something. Maybe it was just on
just
mine.
hitting it.
Yeah, maybe it was just on mine. I had to flip the C hub or something. It was on backwards. Maybe it was just on mine. I don't know, but
Okay. And then you got a lot more throw.
yeah, big time.
Okay. Cool. I'll check it
Yeah,
out when I put it on. Um, well, this has been fun and
yeah.
very cool that there's a new product coming out. I'll have to check it out. I just got the micro in the mail. I'm gonna have to figure
Oh,
out how I'm gonna fit that into my SCX24s. We've been doing
oh,
a
there's
lot
a
more.
video. There's a video on my website about that.
All right, perfect. We'll check that out.
Yeah,
It even
it's really nice. The
yeah.
micro on that 24. Yeah.
Well, I know that I'm gonna have to get new steering arms and
Dude.
probably knuckles as
Yeah.
well, steering knuckles to
Yeah.
handle this thing. I'll be
Yeah.
breaking
Dude,
stuff.
you're gonna love the SCX24 a million times better.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
noticed because I
Yeah.
put those brass knuckles on my or the brass
Yeah.
inserts
Little.
in the wheel weights,
Uh huh.
and it's like you had to be
Yep.
driving for the wheels to
Yep.
turn. I'm like, well, I know what I need.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yeah. I
I
can't.
would have
Yeah.
had it honestly, but they didn't have it in stock when I bought the weights and stuff. They
Mm.
were out of stock on this because
Yeah. I
people
hope
buy
Hobby
them up.
Town has them. They sell like crazy for all the Capra dig, SCX103 dig.
Oh yeah, they normally do have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
Uh-huh.
like I said, they sold out. And I asked them like, oh, somebody bought it yesterday, the last
Oh.
one. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm super excited about this, and then I'm also gonna have to see if they fit into the little Kyoshos, that new Kyosho Jeep that's coming out.
I don't know. I don't own that. That's a good
That
question.
they've got the new one coming out. There's a Jeep Wrangler that looks amazing, but
Yeah.
JKU
I don't see why they wouldn't fit in there.
or JLU, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it
I don't,
will.
yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
looked how they set theirs up, but um, yeah, I'll probably be getting more of these. I have 4 of those SCX 24s,
Oh, wow.
so
I have 2 of them.
yeah, I have one, and I got one for my boys, and then the Jeep came out, and I'm like,
Gotta get a Jeep.
gotta get the Jeep.
I
So,
do got the new Enduro 24,
yeah,
which I just did a video on my YouTube of putting the 99 micro in that
okay,
direct drop in.
easy fit.
Easy fit. There's 2 little shims that raise the servo. I just cut those so the servo dropped down more, and that was it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have an RGT one coming in the mail, and I think it's the same as the
Probably.
Element. Yeah, but
Yeah. It just, the driving, every time you get stuck, it just, now the
how you get
whole
out.
truck moves when you turn, so it goes wherever you want it. That whole back
No
end
stuck
just goes
anymore. Yeah,
away. Yeah.
that's
It's
funny.
beautiful. Yeah. And it's not cheating. So you're in a comp, it's not cheating.
Yeah.
It pushes you where you want to go.
So, have you done any comps in your days?
Oh yeah, I've done some comps, and I used to enter in all these competitions. Now I feel like I enjoy myself when I'm at an event, just talking to the people
Yeah.
hanging at the booth, people coming up, talking to me, telling me their stories, that kind of thing. I still like to go out and trail, don't get me wrong, because I play with my product all the time. So
Yeah.
if I don't, then I wouldn't know what to improve on. So,
Right.
But I like comps. I'm not in the comp scene kind of guy. It's kind of stressful for me at times. This is supposed to be relaxing. And I feel like when I'm entered in a comp, I'm just kind of stressing. And so I'm like, I'll watch, give you a gift or a trophy or whatever at the end. But, I'd rather just go on a trail with some buddies.
Yeah, I've only been to the Badlands one, the Axial Fest, and I didn't enter in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not true. I did the rock racing, and I won with my Reef Raw.
Heck yeah!
I won the rock racing.
You killed it, dude.
Those guys, this thing got around everybody and got through the mud, and it was a brutal course.
When you're racing,
the what?
Isn't it nerve-wracking?
It's totally nerve-wracking, especially that because you crash and you're done.
Yeah,
like it was literally 2 laps, but those are the hardest 2 laps of my life. Like,
don't flip over.
and don't let somebody else flip you over. Like,
exactly.
Somebody else hits you. I just kind of waited and went around everybody and waited for them to crash or
just race your own race. That's the key.
Take it easy till you get out in front and then just go. But
absolutely, man.
It was fun. And like I said, this was once I saw how powerful it was, I put it in my crawler. I'm like, nope, taking that out. That in the Rock Racer, and the 555 from the Rock Racer is going into my SCX10.
Yeah. 555 is a great servo for that slow and precision crawling. It's not a fast servo. You can't have that much power and with speed. It's just a compromise. But 555 is the way to go for a heavy race.
Man, when you let off that 555, it's like like back to center. I was like,
love it. Love it.
I know where it's going. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this and come on the podcast here. And
thank you, sir.
We'll definitely be in touch, and we'll probably be talking to you again in a couple months here about the new thing that you're talking about.
We should talk about the new category in a month.
Yeah. Definitely conspiracy fodder. We'll have people on RC Conspiracies trying to guess what it could be.
I'll shoot you a photo that's like kind of blurred. And maybe you could talk about it on the show next month.
Okay.
Like, what do you guys think this is?
All right. We could do that.
That'd be kind of cool. And then whoever guesses right, we give them that.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
They would love that. I'll tell you what.
Right.
I would love to let them have that.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay, man. Well, thanks for being on here, and we will catch you in the next one, apparently.
Hey, thanks so much, Tony. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody, for the support. Peace out.
See you, Reef. Have fun RCing, everyone.